your day. Winning victory through Christ is the only way. WBTC, reaching the world with positivity. Music.
The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Hi, I'm Sandy Rose.
Hi, I'm Pastor William James, and we're the owners of WVTC Gospel Radio Network.
And I'm Ramon Perry, president of WVTC.
WVTC Gospel Radio Network is again a candidate for the Stellar Gospel Music Awards for Internet Radio Station of the Year, and we need your vote.
Go to www.thestellarawards.com and click on the 2023 Radio Station Awards ballot.
Once you're on the ballot, look for the category Internet Radio Station of the Year and cast your vote for WVTC Gospel Radio Network. You must vote in every category for the ballot to count.
Voting is limited to 2 per household, and voting closes on April 10th. We thank you for voting for WVTC Gospel Radio Network, and we ask that God's choicest blessings be upon you and your household.
Remember, we're WVTC Gospel Radio Network, where
We're winning
victory through Christ.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I seem to be a little bit off-centered today. Let me see if I can move past this. I am your host, Sholanda, this morning. Welcome to Dhat Girl. Dhat Girl, where we come together every Saturday morning and we just motivate and we encourage one another to go and to pull out that which is on the inside of us, to pull it out and to become that which we was purposed and predestined to be in our lives. I want to encourage you all on this morning just to know who you are, just to know who created you, and just to know what you were created for. What is your purpose? Do you know your purpose? Do you know why you were created? Have you ever sat down, tapped into, and thought about, man, what is it that I really was created for and predestined to do in my life? Well, that's really what I want to do every Saturday morning when we come out with one another, just to help you to get an insight on directions on how to move towards knowing why you were created. What is the things or some of the things that you've realized about yourself that it just flows natural? I can do this with my eyes closed. Hands down, I got this. Those are things that comes natural. That's kind of like those things that are predestined for you to do in your life. That's just my opinion. But I want you all to be encouraged on this morning to know that that girl is inside of you. You know how you look at some other people and you see them. I am really off center this morning. I'm sorry, you are so distracting. You look at other people and you see them and they're glowing and they're flowing and flourishing, and you're thinking like, man, I wish I could be like that person. Have you all ever had any experiences like that? I have. You look at how good they're doing and how well off they are, and you're like, man, I really, really wish that I could do what it is that they're doing. Well, you can do what you were created to do, not what they're doing, but what is it that you were created to do? So you all be encouraged this morning. I had a very, very interesting experience a few weeks ago here in my daycare, and that came to my mind this morning, and I just want to share that with you today. You all know our kids, they're raw, they're pure. What they think, what they feel, they're going to speak out of their mouth, or you'll see it through their behavior. If you see a kid that's, that's acting out or having temper tantrums all the time, you got to get to the root of that. You got to figure out what's going on with this kid or even this person. We have that mentality about us as well. Although we're adults, we'll begin to act out, and you'll see things about yourself that's different, that you're like, man, why am I doing this? Well, the frustration that comes with not being able to have the things that you're supposed to have, it'll make you act different. It'll make you act kind of like out of character in a negative way most of the time, because you're frustrated, not with people, not with what's going on around you, but you're frustrated with yourself. So this morning, I want to deal with yourself. How bad do you really want what it is that you're having this tantrum about? How bad do you want this thing that you find yourself isolated from everybody that's around you? You find yourself not wanting to connect with people, or you find yourself lashing out more than you normally would lash out. But how bad is it that you want it, what you're trying to get? Are you willing to change that negative behavior in order to accomplish that thing that that you're going after? How bad do you want the business? How bad do you want the book? How bad do you want the house? How bad do you want the car? What changes are you willing to make? Well, we were had a lot of confusion going on with the after school kids in my daycare, and they would come in, they would be arguing with each other and saying mean things to each other and fighting. So one day I just got tired. I'm like, you all come here, get in a circle, grab hands, and let's just pray. So I began to have them to pray, and this was so moving for me. I began to have them to pray, go around the whole circle. Some didn't know how to pray. I didn't push them. I didn't try to force them. I let them listen. Sometimes all those things that you don't know how to do, you have to get in a circle, get you a circle that's going to help you, and you can just stand there and watch the others do what it is that is going to help and benefit you, because them having a prayer life is going to benefit them. I didn't want to deter them or make them feel bad about not being accustomed to praying. So what I did, I just had them to step back and hold hands. You don't want to browbeat yourself, because when you be too hard, when you're to come down too hard on yourself, then it causes you not to want to even pursue that thing that is going to help you, or the thing that's going to help you to get to your next. You'll kind of like, shy away from it. So as they would continue to pray, and at the end of the last prayer, you all know how I promote my book every week. Well, this time I used the ABCs of prayer in the middle of a situation that I saw to be critical and crucial. I pulled my ACE card, baby. Prayer is always in order. No matter how old you are, that's just a note that a sign I want to give you. Prayer is always in order. So I pulled out the book, and we sat down, and I had each one of them to read. Well, as you all, I don't know if I've mentioned to you before, the characters in the book, Abigail, this is my granddaughter. And I have a couple of other, most of the characters in the book, they're related to me. Brandon is my grandson. Corey is my grandson. So I had each one of them to read their character, starting with my grandkids. And as they begin to read, listen to what I tell you all. There was a divine intervention that came in the midst of the center like I had never seen it happen in the midst of children. So I'm going to read this. Abigail, this is the first page. It says, ask. Abigail talks to God in prayer every day because she understands that she can ask God for everything that she needs. And then it gives the scripture, Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. So I broke it down for them that when you pray, you don't have to be politically correct with God. You can talk to God and ask anything and talk to God about anything that's on your heart, and God hears you, and God will come and acknowledge your prayers. And then I let them know that if they believe, we went on to read, the next kid read the letter B, which is believe. I want you all to know, if you want it bad enough, you're going to stop. Again, get in the midst of people that's doing what it is that you want to do. Start talking. Start talking to them. Start asking questions. And they'll be able to help you to see which direction you're supposed to go. And then as I'm reading in the next page will be believe. Believe that you can do what it is that you are longing and desiring to do. If you don't believe in yourself, how can I believe in you? If you don't know that you can do it, how do I know that your product is going to be any good? Because you don't have the confidence behind your own product. How bad do you want this thing? Do you want it bad enough to change the way you even look at yourself? I'm talking about being in pursuit of your purpose. You all, because the stakes are getting higher and higher, more and more every day, things are happening. People are moving at an aggressive pace. This is just what I sense and what I feel. You have got to get out here and get on it and get moving so that you will be able to conquer that thing that you're trying to get. It's not coming to you. It's not coming and knock on your door. It's not just going to walk up to you. You have got to put your work in. And it's simple things like gathering yourself amongst familiar people, people that are familiar with what you're doing, and believing that it's going to happen. These things that's put on the inside of us, God, guys, these blessings that's coming through you, these creations and designs that you have got to believe that God created that for you. So you have to believe in it enough to sell it to me. Look, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going somewhere with this. Then the next one was courage. Courage. You got to have the courage to get out there and to do it. You have got to have the courage to be in high pursuit. How are you going to get it if you're scared to go and talk to people? How are you going to get it if you're scared to go and network with other people? When you hear of functions going on, how are you going to get it if you're scared and you're dealing with like you don't know if they're going to receive you or it's going to be? Well, it's not if you don't believe and if you don't have courage to open up your mouth and ask them for help. It's just as simple as this, you all. If you're going to get it, you have got to go get it. Let's wake up the go-getterness on the inside of us this morning. Tell her to wake up and go get it. What Mary said, go get it. Go get it. It ain't just coming to you. You got to go get it. And how are you going to go get it? First things first, it starts in prayer because prayer works. So as the kids was reading, and this is really helping me to have another look at how this book can really help us. Don't doubt your product. Don't doubt what it is that you're putting out there for people to buy. Don't doubt it. It doesn't work or does it not work? You know, is it valuable or is it not valuable? You cannot show any doubt. Have faith in your product. Have faith in what was created on the inside of you. And expect it to work. Expect it to go somewhere. Expect your numbers to be high. Expect for people to just be so overwhelmed with what it is that you're presenting. You all know these are the ABCs of prayer. Come on, let's make this the ABCs of pursuit. Let's make it the ABCs of prosperity. Let's make it the ABCs of pursuing that which God created on the inside of you. This is real interesting to me right now. And as you're not doubting, you're expecting it, you're having faith. Be grateful. Be grateful for the gift that God has put on the inside of you. Be grateful, men and women, of what it is that you're doing. When you're grateful, you know how you do everything for somebody, then they just sit back and they just chilling. People love to hire somebody. I'm going to hire my publicist. I'm going to hire this person to market for me. I'm going to hire this, and this. When you get down dirty with it, you all, when you get into your pursuit of whatever it is that you're doing, when you're in that kitchen baking your own cookies, when you're at that table writing your own vision, when you're sitting in the midst of people pushing your vision, you're so grateful when it bites. You're so grateful when people embrace it. You're grateful. I don't know about you. I'm grateful every time I get a new client in my daycare. I am grateful because this is something that with the help of the Creator, I was able to put into manifestation right here with using these hands right here, using this mind. Be grateful. Be grateful for what it is that you're doing. Intercede. Be happy. The same as being grateful. Intercede. Help somebody else. Don't be stingy with your knowledge. Help somebody else. If you know that somebody is struggling with a situation and they're trying to open up the same kind of business that you have, I have written manuals for people. I'll sit down and I'll walk you through. You want to know how to open up a daycare? You want to know how to get your transportation for kids going? Call me. I'm just that kind of person, because what is for me is for me. I don't have a problem with helping anybody. You have to create we have joy. You have to create a joyful atmosphere in your business. It cannot be frustrated and all stressful, because your clients will run. These are changes that we're going to have to make. How bad do you want to accomplish that which predestined on the inside of you? It's going to take some changes. You got to have joy in your heart in order to attract people. Don't nobody want to say, hello, can you bring your kids to my daycare? I don't want to come, I don't want to come to no dreary environment. So set a tone in your business. Set a high bar where there's joy in there. People will be drawing you all to this kind of environment. Give honor to those that help you. We're talking about kneeling down. When you're praying, you're giving honor to God. When you get down on your knees, you all, these are things and tools that you can take and use in building your business. Give honor to those who paved the way before us. Give honor to those who knew that we were going to have to put our feet to the plow and our hands to the grind to work this thing called entrepreneurship, that we were going to have to really put in a lot of work. So let's give honor to those who went before us and did that. And then you have, like I said, you have to have a happy, loving environment. When people come to you for your services, they don't want to hear you pour out all of your problems on them. They don't want to hear you, how you're struggling. When you get people to come and to buy into what it is that you're buying, it should be so loving. Your vibe should be so loving and peaceful. And, it'll seem miraculous. Here we're talking about miracles, believing in miracles. Let people know and feel that, man, it was a divine connection. Man, I get a lot of parents saying that, I really feel like this is like where my kids should be. I really feel like it's just a home environment for my kids. Let them feel the divinity on the inside of you. Let them be embraced by who you are as a person. We all know we're talking about name. Now, we all know and understand the power in the name of Jesus. Hey, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. There is power in the name of Jesus. So we want that power to rest upon our name. We want our name to be known great in the land. I want a Mother's Love Daycare. I want ABC's of Prayer. Every product that I have, I want it to be internationally known. Now, guess what? It's up to you what it's known for. It's up to you what your business is known for. What's the characteristics of your business? Are you honest? Are you going to cheat the people? You want to have your name made great. And how's your name going to be made great? You have to be willing to make changes. You all, this is helping me if it's not helping you, because I never looked at this book from a business aspect. You all know when I looked at this book from a business aspect, a few minutes ago when I sat here and started talking to you, I had something totally different, which I'm going to get back to the experience that the kids had, but I never looked at this book from a business mindset. This is cool right here. Open your mouth. Omari opened his mouth and he made his request made known. Not only do we have to open our mouth in prayer, but you have to open your mouth in pursuit. You have to open your mouth. Like I said, ask somebody. If you don't know, don't be afraid or ashamed to ask somebody. Put down that arrogant spirit. Put down that what do you call it? I'm gonna say bougie, but that's not the word I was looking for. Put down that bougie mentality, like, oh, you got it all together, and I don't have to ask anybody for anything. Well, guess what? You can go along with your business, but you'll be going along a whole wrong path. There's somewhere another route that somebody, if you open your mouth and ask somebody, they can show you how to do it. A lot of us are working our business ancient. Guilty. A lot of ways that and things that I do here in my business, and I'm working on that. Ask somebody, how can I bring my business up to date? Ask somebody what it is that I need to do. What's going on out here that I don't know about? Don't get comfortable, even if you have your business and it's and it's prosperous. Don't get comfortable in it. You can always use more knowledge. So you have to open your mouth and ask somebody. Celebrate one another. Celebrate one another. When I go up, you go up. Give praises to one another. Praise your brother and sister. Go and patronize them. Go and help somebody. You know, my friend Kim, she's starting her new business. Let me throw this in here for you all. Body Language by Kim. You all hit her up. Go and patronize her. Her business is good. People are putting a lot of effort and energy into pursuing their predestined, and they're just looking for people to come out and to help them. Sometimes you got to be quiet. Be quiet. What are you working on? You can't go shouting it from the mountaintop. You just can't. I know someone else who's I think their profession is ear hustling. You ever heard of ear hustling? You talking and you so happy about your business. You giving all of the ins and outs and what it's going to take to do what it is that you do. And they're sitting back quiet in the cut, just listening. Ear hustling. And then you look up and they're doing what it is that you said you were going to do. Don't give away your vision. And I always say they can do it, but they're not going to do it like I do it. Well, I don't want to give you my business plan for you to do it first. I want to do what I know was given to me because it was given to me. So we have to learn how to be quiet sometime, and don't just go out and yelling, sharing everything, every little detail. Be quiet, sit back and watch. Be quiet. I'm going to go another route with that too. You have to take time to yourself to sit back and listen to hear your next steps that you're supposed to take. You can't always be all over the place. You got to sit back and listen. My time is just rolling. Let me hurry up. Repent. Don't browbeat yourself over the head. If you made a mistake, man, I messed up. Lord, I'm sorry. Help me to get back on the right path. You overspent. You went off track. I'm sorry. Repent. Don't stay there. Study your craft. Study. What is it that you're pursuing? Study it. Know what you're putting out here. Know what you're selling people. Know what you're putting out, you guys. I have to know about kids in order to sell my service for people to trust that I'm gonna be able to take care of them. If I don't know how to change a diaper, you don't want to leave your kid with me. So you have to study and get the full understanding of what it is that you're in pursuit of. Take it from me, you all. Study it before you do it, because it's going to save you a whole lot of money. Trust it, believe it. That goes back to believe. Trust it, it's going to work. Understand that some things happen in its own timing. So get an understanding. Here it says Uriel was sad because she needed money for school, but her mother assured her that God understands who you are and what you want and need. Get that understanding that the Creator, He didn't just put this on the inside of you. God didn't just give you the talents and the gifts to leave you out here. God understands everything that you need. He's already gone before us us if you believe, and he's paved the way. All he needs for us to do is to walk towards it, to walk in it in order to receive victory. In order to receive victory. Be willing to wait. Don't be so anxious. Don't get nervous when your business is not making money right away. Don't get nervous and fold and throw in the towel. You know, I'll tell you all before how I pursued and I established my business in the brick and mortar, and it was going pretty bad. But I had a partner who was not where I was. So we end up just folding, lost thousands of dollars. You cannot be afraid to wait it out. Once you get everything established, it may take off running and it may crawl. But don't be afraid to wait on what's coming to you. While you're waiting, again, study and do all of the following things that we talked about. Examine. Examine yourself, guys. I'm telling you, examine yourself. Look at you, because that's what the people are looking at. What you are putting out is coming from here. Examine yourself. Examine your plans. Examine how you're going to execute your plans. Examine your mindset. Examine your characters. And then, it's a go. Yes, you're ready. You're ready to move out. You're ready to go. So before you can get that yes and move out into I'm trying to get my pages right. Before you can get that yes, you have to examine it. You have to examine your heart. You have to examine your plans. What is the heart of your business? Examine that. Again, last but not least, be zealous. Have a happy atmosphere. It makes a difference. If you're selling, no matter what it is that you're doing, be happy with it. Be happy with it, because that's what's going to draw the people, the vibe that they get when they come around you, the atmosphere, what they feel. It is so important, you all. Well, I hope you all were as blessed by the ABCs of prayer as I was on today, because I'm going to go back and read this again in the manner that I presented it to you all. Listen, get this book. It's not just for the kids today. The word tells us to have a kid-like heart. Go back. Sometimes you got to go back to the low level, to the ground one. You got to go back to the first step. What do we learn? ABCs when we were younger. Sometimes you have to go back to take it step by step in order to accomplish that thing that you were predestined and created to do. Woo! This is good for me this morning. You all go back to the basics. Everybody want to be so high tech. Everybody want to know to do it this way. Sometimes you got to go back to the basics. You got to just call people. Look, I'm selling cakes and pies. Your marketing, your business. Go back to tell a neighbor, tell a friend to come by, and I'm going to give away samples of my dinners. You have to go back to the basics of what it is that you're doing. Let me tell you all a story. I'm almost out of time. The kids began to read their pages. One kid began to cry. Remember, I told them they can ask God for anything. Talk to God about whatever was on their heart. Well, she recently lost her grandmother, so she started crying. Then another kid started crying. Earlier that week, they had to put her dog down to sleep. Then another kid, a 9-year-old boy, he just started screaming, and we thought he was playing. He started screaming and crying because he was talking about being able to talk to God about everything. You all, deliverance took place right here. Even the smaller kids began to cry. They didn't know why they were crying, but the glory of God arrested these babies. I'm talking about from the age of 1 year old up until 10 years old. Nobody was playing. One kid tried to start joking. Another kid was like, this is serious. We're not playing right now. So let me tell you all the power of laying that foundation of the ABCs of prayer in your children, as well as in your business. It works. It works. Trust me when I tell you, never did I think I would be where I am right now today. When I look back over my life and I begin to think things over, man, I can tell you all, I got a testimony. We'll be here till tomorrow night when I begin to tell you all how this thing right here worked for me. And it started for me as a young girl. I was praying. I didn't know that God was going to put that prayer on my life was going to become a book. I didn't know. I was just doing what I knew, what I was taught to do, like I taught the children to do. You all, I'm out of time, but I want you all get my book, adults, and read it and apply it to your prayer life first and apply it to your business pursuit, because this is a strategy in its own right. This works. This works. I am your host. I am Sholanda Boland, here every Saturday morning, encouraging, motivating, lifting you all up to tap into your greatness that's on the inside of you, that was created by the greater He. So walk this morning and know that whatever it is that you do in prayer, that God will make it happen in the natural. Again, you all, have fun today. It doesn't look so bright out today, but yesterday the weather was warm. It was gloomy, but the weather was warm. It's kind of gloomy today. I don't know how to feel, but be careful out there. You have to go out and do your errands, and just know, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to change? That's what it's going to take. Until next week, I love you guys. Always have so much fun. Our time run out so fast. You all have a great, wonderful, blessed, prosperous day. And I will see you all next week. Later.
Imagine yourself 20 pounds lighter in 8 weeks. Time Fitness program is designed to lose weight and tone your body at the same time. After each workout, you'll enjoy a 15-minute sauna to burn more calories, reverse the aging process, boost your metabolism, and enhance detoxification. Get a free protein smoothie after each session and a free Time Fitness shirt. Stop